Yeah, this is actually the hardest time to do some videos. Yeah, my name is Colin Zamadi. Um, it's a very different day for me. Today I wouldn't want to let go without um, being productive in this way because it is clear that on days when you feel um, less appreciated or when you have a bit of esteem issues, on those days can be very grateful days, gracious days, powerful days, which if our minds can be transmuted from negative to the positive, there will be lots of lessons learned. In that case, in that perspective is what I'm coming out right now to make this video. It's been a hectic day for me. Uh, just like I said earlier, the amount of good we find in life is directly proportional to the amount of good we also, the amount of bad we also feel. I think I would like to repeat that again. The amount of good we feel in our lives or we manifest in our lives is directly proportional to the amount of times bad times we feel bad times too. You know, it's equal, and if that is the case and that truth has been established, as is well known to students of personal development in recent times, if that truth has been established, then I think it's also pertinent to say that we should also strive to embrace pain, or probably what you call the bad, but I'll choose to use the word pain proactively. It would be nice to actually embrace it proactively, knowing that the benefits in the positive side are certain. They are non-negotiable. They're not things you can argue against, because they will come. That's how this life is set up. Balance has to be struck. Balance is very important to all. Even in the universe, the whole thing in the universe is just in the right balance state. Even this current world we live in, Earth, is hanging in space, and space balances it within the surroundings, within the atmosphere, within the surrounding atmosphere of this Earth. We have oxygen all around, which to a particular point you don't feel the oxygen in the universe. There's a purpose for that. All those things, including law of gravity and stuff like that, they all keep the Earth in balance, to keep hanging in space. There's nothing stopping Earth from falling off since, to the unknown, but it keeps hanging. So life in itself is teaching us balance. And I think balance should be sought, even in technology. The Wright brothers discovered that. That's how they got to the aeroplane. They discovered that the force needed to push the flight forward should be directly proportional to the force that the flight is also ejecting from behind. That's why you hear that loud sound when the jet is about to take off. So many things are actually confirming that balance. So I think in that view, I think it's also important that if we can be proactive in embracing pain, in embracing not just pain, in embracing some things you might call the bad times, or probably embracing failure, like feeling harder. The successes will be much. They will always come. The good times will always come and stuff like that. That's a very certain part that I think it's very important we talk about today, and make this very obvious in our society, in terms of enlightenment from minds who are working towards enlightenment in this generation right now, in Nigeria especially, in Africa, and the world generally, including our love life though, emotional lives too. You can also apply that same thing. You can decide to fail, not feel like messing up or probably doing something very grievous in your relationships. But be willing to be yourself. Be willing to trust. Be willing to be criticized by your partner. Let your flaws show. Let your flaws show. If you're a man who smokes, I think you should let your wife know even before you take her into the house. You should come out plain and let her know. She will be the best person to help you on that journey. She will either support you, or she would, knowing that you've told her, she would slowly try to pull you out of that, but with love. Whatever it is, the best option is to actually say that, come out plain. There is no time keeping it, because in the future it will eventually blow up. If you are a partner who gets angry easily, I think it will be also important that you let your partner know that. Or if you're a partner who gets easily jealous, don't hide those emotions. Express them, let them flow, let them flow. Be willing to be criticized. Your partner, of course, obviously would definitely want to criticize you, following social media advice and some stuff that people watch these days online. They might want to criticize you and come up with other stuff like that, but never mind. Do be yourself, do those things you have to do, and do them, do the right things you have to do. The main thing is just keep doing something. Do something. If you have to fail, but in the process of doing those things, you're also learning. So you can also actually relate that to in that aspect. You can also relate that to in your spiritual aspect. Be willing to believe so many things. Believe fast. But in the process of believing, make sure you get to the end of the belief. Make sure you try to move, like scientists would say, to move from the hypothesis level to the law level. Get in all your belief system. Understand that, okay, for you to make something, for something to be a belief system for you, it has to be a law, and for something to have to be a law, you on your own have to practice it. Practice those things. That means you have to get deeper to any religion, any faith you believe in, whatever it is. Get deeper to it. Practice those things that are said there, and then you see by yourself if those things work, if they are true or not. Your life is enough testimonies, enough to actually validate whatever belief system you want to. So you do those things. If it's wrong, you know. If it's wrong, if it's right, you know. The main thing is you are doing something. You are failing. You are being proactive about the pain of failure and stuff like that. The good times will always come in that department too. The same thing with every other aspect of life, which is the physical part, which is our body. When we embrace going to the gym, training our body on a consistent basis, see the joy and the benefits that your body will show to you, it will be so amazing. You would love your body. People will love your body. People will just love your body for nothing. But it's taking so much effort. It's not beans, it takes the effort to go to the gym, to endure the pain proactively. You don't have to wait till you're broken down by one illness or the other before you have to take care of your health and stuff like that through the hard way, which is probably through exercise. Exercise is not easy. It's painful, but the more you do, the more you invest in your health too. Same thing with financial decisions. Even if you have the finance, don't feel like always going to spend, trying to spend all you have and stuff like that. See how you can invest. See how you can start off something. There are things you can start with as low as 5,000 naira, and in like 3 years they will grow to stocks of like 100 million naira. It doesn't have to be a landed property. There are investments like that can be started, service businesses and stuff like that, and so many other things too. But some people will prefer to blow up that 5,000. Some people even buy some drugs for as high as 10,000 on just one wrap. Some people do. These are money that are willing to, that are very, very easy to transmute and bear the pain of losing them and investing in stuffs that you would see grow, just like planting a seed. Balance. balance. Without that word balance, you would hear that someone was once a rich man, once a good-looking person, once a spiritually sound person, once an intelligent person, once it is, once it is. There's no consistency. There's no consistency. So balance is important, because the truth is, life would be definitely balanced if you think it's going to continue going straight, smooth for you without any pain. Okay, that's a lie. Life must humble you one way or the other. So why don't you humble yourself first? Why don't you feel the pain first? There's no other way. There's no other way. Proactivity. The law has been established. The degree at which you feel pleasure is directly proportional to the degree of pain you felt in any department. All right, I hope that this vlog today has actually blessed someone out there. I hope someone has actually been highly motivated to go blow up, to go make mistakes and fuck up, do lots of crazy stuffs, but definitely at the end of the day, he's doing and he's arriving at his purpose. For the fact that you start now, in 3 months' time, you on your own, if you can assess yourself, if you can write down how you started now, whatever it is you know now, and then in 3 months' time, make sure you're persistent for that 3 months though. In 3 months' time, assess yourself. You would know that they're obviously improved. There is no two ways about it. Proactivity to pain that has been established. The same if you actually want to live a triumphant life, you should be willing to live a life of failure. Alright, my name still remains Collins Amadi. I'm here, always here at your bidding. Like I said, be more willing to fail. You can only know how valid things are when you are willing to try those things. Don't assume anything. Believe fast, but before you call something a belief system, make sure it's a law. And like I said, before something becomes a law, make sure it has passed through hypothesis. Make sure you have experimented it on your own, and you can confirm beyond every reasonable doubt that this is a fact. Then you make that your belief system. So whatever it is, try things out. Try things out. Please subscribe. Hit like. I'll be here. Bye.